Hey guys, common wisdom suggests that you must change your resume each time you apply to a new job announcement on USAJobs.gov. And if you follow that advice and make those necessary adjustments to your resume for every single job announcement, it'll probably take you an extra 30 minutes to an hour per application. Which means if you're applying to 5 different job announcements per day, then you could be spending up to an extra 5 hours per day editing your resume and applying to jobs. A lot of us simply do not have the time to make that sort of commitment, or we just do not want to. So, what is the alternative? Well, you can create one resume and use it to apply to many different job announcements while hoping and praying that you get some referrals that lead to some interviews. This technique of using one resume to apply to multiple positions can be successful, but you need to ensure that you are at least targeting one specific job series with your resume. I actually adopted this strategy when I first started searching for a government job in the job series 0343, which is considered a management and program analyst position. Once you know your target job series, you can visit the OPM website and identify the description and keywords of that particular job series. If you are watching this and you do not know your job series, I will leave a link to the OPM job series list in the description below. Now, for the 0343 job series, under occupational information on page 3, OPM clearly outlines several verbs that this job series requires to accomplish its work. These verbs include analyzing, evaluating, developing, advising, researching, and improving efficiency. Now you can take these verbs that you see on the OPM webpage and insert them into your resume. For example, instead of stating on your resume that you reviewed information on a spreadsheet to make a decision, you would instead write that you analyzed information on a spreadsheet to make a decision. The decision to replace the word reviewed with the word analyze in this example can make a big difference. The reason that you're doing this is because roughly 90% of 0343 job announcements will include these type of verbs under the qualifications section. Remember that words matter when it comes to your federal resume, and there are some human resource clerks that use Control F to search for particular keywords in your resume. If the keywords are not there, your resume could end up on the discard pile. Now, this might not seem fair initially, and you might be thinking, why isn't there a person reading my entire resume? Especially considering all of the effort you spent in typing it up and then the time invested in applying to that job announcement. Well, consider on average, each job announcement on USAJobs.gov receives around 200 resumes, and a lot of federal resumes are in between 5 and 10 pages each. So by doing some simple math, we can see that the result is thousands of pages, and it is simply too much for one individual to read thousands of pages for one position. So by creating one master resume that targets the main keywords of the job series, you can save yourself a lot of time and frustration when applying. But as I mentioned before, not all qualification sections will be written the same, even if it is in the same job series. And you will probably not get referred for the highly specialized job announcements with unique requirements. But you should be getting referred for the majority of job announcements in the job series you're targeting. Remember that the frequency in which you're getting referred depends upon the strength of your resume. Depending on where you are at in your job search process, you could be applying every day or maybe a couple of times a month. Now, if you're serious about finding a federal government job soon, then you need to treat searching and applying for job announcements as a full-time job. When I was searching for my first federal government job, I had a morning routine that involved a hot cup of coffee and then logging straight into USAJobs.gov and applying to at least 4 or 5 job announcements every single morning. I was using one main resume for the 0343 job series and another resume for the 1700 job series. I was not concerned with any other job series, and I only applied in the Washington, D.C. area, in which there were over 100 jobs that matched my criteria. Occasionally, when I found a job announcement that I strongly wanted, I would take the extra time and tailor my resume to match the qualifications as close as possible. Although I recommend that you do not get emotionally attached to job announcements. You will eventually search and find one that you feel is the perfect match and that you'll absolutely love to do it like it's your dream job, but you still might not get it no matter how much you change your resume. The federal government hiring process can be somewhat convoluted at times, and sometimes job announcements are posted and then suddenly removed because of budget restraints or a hiring manager already knew exactly who they wanted for that position. It can be a really frustrating process. Also, keep in mind that tailoring your resume for every single job announcement is still the preferred method to apply to job announcements, and it will give you the best chance at being referred, interviewed, and hired. I made this video mainly to share with you that there is another way, and you can be successful by carefully constructing and applying with just one resume. I do understand that a lot of us are working another job and have families and other responsibilities that demand our time. What about you? Do you use one resume to search and apply for job announcements? Or do you tailor each resume depending on that job announcement? Let me know down below. Well, that wraps up my video on using only one resume to apply on USAJobs.gov. If you have any questions or comments, or you feel like I missed something, please leave that down below. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.